quite the entry, isn't it?
I didn't expect
I love it.
Yeah. It's a little bit of energy for you. Fellatio, Ezekiel is unwell, kicking things off on Operator Radio on Sachin Presents. And it's my absolute joy and honour to welcome WAZO Bean into the studio. Welcome to lovely Operator booth. Could you kick us off by just introducing yourselves? Jumping into the mic, let us know who's there and giving a wave to the old camera online.
All right,
I'm so lame.
Hello, camera. So I'm Carolina, and this is Yam, and this is Guy, and we are WAZO Bean. Two of our other members are not here, but yeah.
Just quite lucky for us for space in the booth.
Yeah, no, I understand now why you said you wanted 2 to 3 people max.
Yeah.
They all wanted to come.
It would have been lovely for the energy, but not everyone's going to get on air if we do that.
That's true.
Although we had 2 people in last month, and one of them didn't say anything. He just sat in the back with his sunglasses on for the entirety of the interview.
That's really cool.
It's quite a cool energy,
That's
actually. It's quite intimidating when someone has just sat with sunglasses on, gripping a cup of coffee, and not giving you any energy whatsoever. So I'm appreciative of the smiles and the relaxed energy we've got this month.
Your eyes and water.
Yeah.
That's who we are.
Rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to start at the beginning with WAZO Bean, because not everybody may have heard of you on Operator. So how did you form? How did you meet? What's the origin story of the band?
Okay, so we've been playing, what is it, like I think 2 years? Am I right?
A bit
A bit over 2 years. We're all in a conservatory in Amsterdam.
Amazing.
So that's kind of an easy way we got to know each other. And I had been writing songs for some time with my guitar, and I really wanted to make a band, so I kind of found this excuse. I didn't even know how Yam played, actually. He just arrived in Amsterdam that year, and I met him, and he was just so amazingly nice that I just said, oh, I gotta find an excuse to play in a band with this guy.
He could have been really terrible at music,
Yes.
but the character won it over.
For sure. But I just thought, this is the energy I want in this band. So, and then it turns out he liked the music, and then on top of that, best guitarist in the world. That was Yam. Then Guy, he's one of my best friends since I started at university. So that was a no-brainer.
So the people who aren't watching online, Guy just did a little shoulder peek over. It was wonderful.
Yeah,
it was
really
the most adorable thing.
So that was very easy. Also, best drummer ever. So yeah. And then the other 2 members, one of them is my boyfriend for 7 years. So also, at that
point had to be in the band.
He plays cello, which is it wasn't my first choice, I guess, of instrument, but just because it was him, I just put in a cello. And then Aniol, also great friend. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's interesting you say about the cello, because listening to your music, it doesn't sound like it's restricted by what type of instrument just from the outset. So when you started the band, was there an idea of the sound that you had in your head that then changed as you got into a room as a group?
Yeah, well, 100%. So I write the songs, kind of guitar and voice, but really the music comes to a completely dimension of life when I play it with these guys. We kind of do the arranging all together. So for sure, I'm definitely not masterminding the whole thing at all. It's definitely 100% in the room that the music actually happens. So yeah, I had no vision for the cello. He just did stuff. I was like, yes.
Amazing. And is that kind of like with the other 4 members in general? Just here's the bare bones of a song. What can you do with this?
Yes, absolutely. I usually meet either with Yam or with Guy first to show them a song, and they kind of figure out a groove, and it instantly brings new ideas. We work a lot 2 guitars. This really brings the backbone of the song, I think, the 2 guitars. So for sure, it's building one step at a time, thanks to whatever they're doing.
Amazing. And how long does that process take, to bring all those different sounds together and build it from bare bones into a fully fledged song?
Actually, a long time. But now every time it's going a lot faster. But the first year, it was of course, the songs came to life pretty quick. But it took us kind of quite some months before we actually played live a concert. And yeah, I feel up to this date now we've just recorded, but it's been 2 years until we've developed the sound that I think has changed enormously. So yeah, maybe 2 years for some of the songs.
That's amazing. Yeah. And they're probably not done either, living, breathing things.
Oh yeah,
that go
no,
in
they're
there.
not. They're not.
They're gone forever.
At some point you got to record it and then be like, this is it,
Exactly.
Love that. And you've been super kind and brought some demos in for us to play, because there's not a lot of WAZO Bean music you can find out there on the internet.
Not yet.
Not yet, exactly, and we'll get on dive into that hole in a second. But I thought we could start with Octopus Opera,
Yeah, let's do
just
it.
to give people an idea of what you sound like. How would you introduce this song to the world? 'Cause I'm assuming this might be the first time it's gone out on air, or unless
Absolutely
Oh, what an
correct
honour.
assumption. Yeah, what can I say quickly? So Octopus Opera, as the name suggests, has something to do with octopus, the animal. And the idea was to kind of step into the mind of this crazy alien animal, and to just kind of through music represent an abstract representation of what it might feel like to be an octopus. Anyway, it's very abstract and completely non-scientific, but that's what I call the Octopus Opera.
amazing. Let's have a listen on Operator Radio.
For the linguists of the deep sea, to render a poem in salty symmetry.
You're listening to Sachin Presents.
That is the sound of Chaerin. Thank you for the pronunciation help, Guy from WAZO Bean. Nailed it. I'm getting a round of applause in the studio. And WAZO Bean are still here in the operator studio. I've not annoyed him that much in the first link, so thank you for hanging around. But you also brought that song to us to play. Why did you pick that, and how does it fold into everything WAZO Bean?
Wow. Well, you asked what artists from the Dutch scene inspire us. In this one, I was thinking specifically of myself, what inspired me. And Chaerin is a piano player who is also in the Amsterdam circles, and I've been following her for the past few years, and I'm a huge fan.
Put my headphones
Oh, gosh.
Nothing, no one could hear that. It's just me losing my audio and panicking. Ever the professional me. Carry on.
And
Carrying on.
I don't know. I find this music so magical.
Yeah,
and
truly is.
And I found it since the beginning of my living here in the Netherlands. And I don't know. Actually, there's this specific song inspired me for, you guys don't know this, for Neighborhood of the Birds.
No way.
Yeah. This kind of riff. What was it like the beginning? I do this song that has ding 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 ding, and it kind of repeats. And I was actually thinking of her initially, of this song. Now it sounds nothing like it, but I also thought it was kind of a good way to say. Actually, I had a sneaky little idea from this song.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
But it sounds nothing like it now.
No, I love the answer. I genuinely, because most of the time people are like, oh, I just love this band. They're great people. Like, I love being around them. But it's actually fed into the music that
Oh,
you're
yeah, for
making in
sure,
a
for
proper,
sure. Yeah.
inspirational way. That's so nice.
Yeah.
Such a testament to the Dutch scene. And
Yeah.
that is what the show is about. It's like just all the cool stuff that you find. Like, I've only been in the Netherlands for just over 2 years, and so it's just cool to like just connect all the dots together of what's going on. But yeah, coming back to WAZO Bean, Ways of Being is a body of work. Am I allowed to call it an album?
Yes.
The big grin comes out. That's, super exciting. What can you tell us about it?
Ways of Being. Okay. So Ways of Being, as you correctly said, is a body of work, our first body of work, and it's going to be our first album, 14 tracks.
Whoa.
It's basically what we've been working on for the past two years. And basically, so the there you go. Guys over here now. That's much better.
That is one of the most adorable shots.
So
I'm here for you guys.
exactly. So the name Ways of Being comes from a book called Ways of Being, which really connected with the theme of the music, which is kind of about diving into the different intelligences of different animals and beings in general. So it can be plants, etc. And this kind of open-mindedness to all other life forms is what I find super inspiring for our music. So that's why I kind of stole this title.
That's great.
And
Love
that's
it.
Ways of Being. Really, every song is kind of associated with an animal. Except for the next one.
Except for the next one, but I'm gonna save that for a little bit later on in the show as we get there. But that brings us nicely onto Octopus Opera.
Yeah. Exactly.
How did it feel listening back to that, and how does that connect into the center of Ways of Being? What part is there a story to the album, or is it just like going through all the different animals that inspire you?
Yeah, it's not really a storyline. There's a little bit of connection in terms of worlds, I guess. Kind of like we have the underwater world, we have this kind of more primal world in some other songs, and they kind of connect nicely that way, but it's not really a storyline. Octopus Opera, yeah, it was cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of...
It's a banger.
It felt like we were on the radio. I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost like you are. It's mental, isn't it?
I must say, it's still a demo, so this is like the rough mix straight out the studio. So
love that.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited.
Fantastic. So let's talk about that process, because obviously have you recorded all 14? What needs to happen? Where are we at? So they're all done.
So we've recorded the 14 tracks as a band, so the 5 of us. But Yam has been up to something. You want to tell us about it, Yam?
Well, yeah, I remember the other day we were thinking about, we had this opportunity to have the residency in the Roda Bioskop. We were starting, we met in this coffee place, we were drinking drinks and talking about what will happen there. And I was immediately thinking about all of our musician friends and the instruments they play. And I had this idea of how we can bring all of them and make them join us with the music. And so, with the big help of Mr. Pablo the Wizard, we crafted some arrangements for an extended band, let's say a little orchestra. And
it didn't feel that little being in the Roda Bioskop.
Yeah, we're aiming for big sounds.
It's not a large venue, and at times it felt like the crowd were outnumbered by the musicians and the sound, which wasn't the case. But it was like we were intimidated by the sheer weight of noise.
Yeah, the elephantic. Yeah. And so we're going to record pretty soon those arrangements with some fine details that we kind of like, we made little notes and we try to make it as perfect as we can. So
amazing.
Yeah, and soon it's all going to be recorded with several mics.
about eight or 9 extra instruments.
So cool. And you mentioned making it perfect. Like, is it possible when there's that many different instruments and that many different sounds to get a perfect?
Absolutely, yes.
And how would you describe that? Talk to me, because as someone who's not very musical, I would assume like it's just going to be slightly different every time, and each one will have its own benefits, ups and downs. What do you mean by perfect?
I mean, it's a subjective thing. Lately I learned the difference between objective and subjective. So I guess that's pretty much
it's quite a big influence on your life, I imagine.
Being perfect.
Yeah.
It comes from the heart.
Yeah, it does. I'm going to keep diving in it and see if I can get you to give me a cross on this.
Oh yeah, I will.
But what is it? What are you looking for in the mix when you hear all those musicians together? What makes it perfect for you?
Yeah, so I'd like the sound. Actually, I'm aiming. When I was thinking about what to do with the instruments, I was thinking about a very, say, synth-like use of an orchestra and a lot of smooth sounds that could elevate the whole atmosphere of the songs, trying to give it some depth, maybe let's say like delay for certain phrases that appear later, and a lot of fusion possibilities. I know there's a melody, you put another melody, what else, another melody, doubling that melody, until you come up with this beautiful picture. Then you have a look and you're like, oh my god,
all these different textures everywhere and coming together. I love it. It's so
what
cool.
else, right?
Like I genuinely say this in a wider way, because I'm not musical in the slightest. I've tried, it's just not my skill set. And so like to hear people talk about it with such like joy and ease makes it just it's mind blowing. I love it. Speaking of music brought in, I want to play another track that you recommended. Hopefully I can pronounce this well. Reinier Bass?
Reinier Baas.
Reinier Baas. Completely butchered it. Great job. Who selected this one and who would like to introduce it for us before we give it a spin?
All right. I sent this one too. Guilty. So Reinier is an insane guitar player, also from the Amsterdam scene. I saw him. It was the first concert I saw in Amsterdam. He was playing, and I was completely mind blown because I saw all these influences that I have from all kinds of music, like hip hop, also kind of pygmy music that at that time I didn't know it was so popular. And then I heard him, and it was like he was putting all of this into the way he played. It was completely mind blowing. And then so I've been kind of following him since then. Lately, actually, I have the luck of being in a project with him as well, and we play this song actually. Anyway, I just find this super beautiful, and I take a lot of inspiration in guitar as well from what he does. So I thought, what better than to show this?
Wonderful. It's Wild Bill on Operator Radio. Sander Reinier Baas, Wild Bill on Operator Radio, chosen for us by WAZO Bean. And as I understand from Guy, and there's a bit more of a stronger connection than just musical.
No, it still stays musical. Still stays musical.
Foundation of everything.
Yeah, I only met him not a long time ago, but he is one of my biggest inspirations, and he's one of the biggest reasons that I'm here. Like I got to know his music a while ago, about 5 or 6 years ago, and followed him here basically. Saw that he's
cool.
teaching in the conservatory in Amsterdam, and I just
Amazing.
went there.
That's the reason you wanted to come to the school.
Also that.
That's so magical.
Yeah.
Love that. And how does it manifest when you meet your heroes, inverted commas, and you actually get to study from them in that way? Because it just sounds like a mind-blowing experience to me.
I am not a big meet your heroes person.
Fair.
Yeah, so I met him only after I graduated from the conservatory.
Okay.
And
Nice.
but he's a great person, and I don't know, I'm looking forward to any interaction. Yeah,
Amazing.
he's great. I'm going to play with him in a different project in a month or so in the Rodobioscope also.
So cool.
So yeah.
That's a really nice transition back into the Rodobioscope because
Yeah, right. It's our house.
So is it actually? Because it seems like WAZO being run that place.
We run it for a week, so it was, but no, not anymore, sadly.
It's a lesser place for it. No, it was a wonderful night, and I actually wasn't aware of you as a band, and a friend was like, "There's this band doing this residency. Why don't we just go down and see what it's like?" And it was mind blowing as a thing. For those of you that are unaware of Amsterdam or the Rodobioscope, it's this old little cinema that's been converted into this beauty. It's maintained its aesthetic, I think is fair to say, and then it's just now they do a whole range of artistic activities in there. It was the most beautiful setting for a residency. And when you first got it, was it always going to be this mad, enormous event with all the musicians in it, or how did it come together? I'm talking too much now. Tell me about the event and how it came into being.
So we played a couple of times with WAZO being in the Rodobioscope that year, like before, and so in October and then in February, and then Martijn, the booker, he's super nice, and he offered us to have this residency, and I personally had no idea what this meant. I said yes a million times yes, but I have no idea what to do. At first I thought, okay, I have to play every night and I have to fill a 60 people audience. I have 200 followers on Instagram. How is this gonna happen? I was a bit panicked about it. But then slowly I realized that it's really an opportunity for us to explore. So in view of us starting to make our album, I thought we thought all together, let's just use it as a playground to gather these ideas and sounds. So little by little, Yam had the idea to do the large ensemble. Amazing opportunity just to have a space to rehearse, because that is sometimes the most important thing to create music, is just having the place to do it.
That many people as well, right? Like
exactly.
You can't just go to a bedroom and just make do, can you? Like it's
No, yeah, I don't recommend it. And
That sounds like you've tried it.
And then-
Let's put 40 musicians in a bedroom and see what happens.
Not happening. But just to have the space, so we had the whole day just to rehearse with these
Yeah.
musicians. Then we also, the next day, we performed with 7:30, this really amazing producer and synth player. He was on Octopus Opera actually playing synths.
Wonderful.
So that was also that initiated our collaboration with him. And then we also had a set with stand-up comedian Diedrich Zermond. I'm a great fan of his. He's a great friend of ours now, and we did a whole experiment there. So we just found an excuse to do random stuff we would never be allowed to do.
So cool. Firstly, as a thing, it's so great that stuff still happens.
Yeah.
Like, because the music industry is getting smaller and smaller and harder to get shows. And Amsterdam, as I understand, is run by quite basically the same promoters for every night. So that's just such a cool thing in itself.
Amazing.
And yeah, it sounded like joyous as an experience. A little tangent, but I want to talk about the decor in there because you kind of turned it into your own thing. Could you describe to the listener what you did and why you wanted to, how that came about as well?
So you're talking about the decor in the ceiling, yeah. So my best friend Gabby Migren, she's living in Paris, and so I also this residency was an excuse to get her over here.
It's an international event now.
Oh yes, absolutely. So we got her over here because I just wanted to include her somehow, and then in the end, she really wants to work on scenographic things, and she loves working with like her hands on crafty stuff. She's an amazing artist. Anyway, so she kind of designed this kind of these shells that fall from the ceiling. This paper mache kind of structure that falls from the ceiling, and it kind of looks like we're inside a coral reef or something.
It's magical.
And she worked on it for the weekend, and for the last days of the concerts, we had this wonderful decoration that we're supposedly, now our idea is to use this for every concert, kind of have a structure that we can just bring with us to every gig, so we have this kind of identity
Wow.
visually. How?
I said wow.
Oh, wow,
But
yes.
how as well would be a great follow-up question.
Wow and how? Well, look, the how I haven't figured out yet. I have it in my room. I just have to find. Any way to just stick it to the ceiling. It's very light. She's clever.
It's not the sticking to the ceiling that I'm concerned about. It's
Oh.
more the transportation from said bedroom
It's
to
very-
said venue.
She was clever. She made it very light and very packable into one Dirk bag, so it's easy.
Fabulous. Thought of everything.
Yeah.
I love it. And in terms of live shows, because I was so encapsulated by that, what have you got lined up in the future? How can people come and see you, if there is anything?
We have one. So yeah, we were kind of focused for the past few months on getting the recording going, which we just finished. So that was kind of our focus. And now we have one show
So it sounds a
lined
bit
up.
sad when it's just me clapping on my own.
We have one gig lined up in Amsterdam in the Orbits Festival. I believe that's 17th of January in Splendor in Amsterdam.
Amazing.
And then we have the release show in the Rode Bioscope gonna happen in
Fantastic.
July. But now
in July, you're gonna make us wait that long.
I know.
Outrageous.
I know. No, we'll have stuff in between, but for now, that's what we have lined up.
Okay, fantastic. I think it's about the right time to play the other demo that you brought in. This is the one track that's not about an animal, as I understand.
Yeah, indeed.
Could you introduce it first? Tell us a little bit about it before we dive in.
So, well, this song has a temporary title, or not, called Maria Medin. Basically, probably not, says Yam. Okay. It's basically, I wrote this song, I was feeling a bit weird in the summer, and I picked up this amazing graphic novel by Maria Medin, and it just brought me back to this feeling of home and of, I don't know, kind of reconnecting to who I am, and I immediately started playing, and this song came out, so I was like, thank you, Maria, for this, and I'm going to dedicate a song to you. So this is it.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Baby, it's your fragrance that resounds when you are walking in the room with your red cheeks. I love him, but when you pass and catch my gaze, oh what a fear! Get out of here! I'll back my tears, I'll back my tears, I'll back my tears, my tears. I'm holding back my tears. I'm out of here.
Sara Guidolin, Everything I Thought on Monday. Another track given to us by WAZO, and they're giving a lovely round of applause. As we always do on this show every month, we are fast running out of time on an hour. So I just want to say firstly, thank you so much for coming in, sharing the music, sharing your thoughts. It's been a joyous hour. Really appreciate it.
Let's do it again.
Yeah. In next July, let's do it when we have an album in our hands. Let's do it. But yeah, final question for anyone that's enjoyed listening to your music, enjoyed listening to you talk. How did they find you? What are the key things they need to know to get going with WAZO Bean after?
Yeah, I mean, for now it's Instagram. I think it's the best way. There we were posting everything, and we'll let you know when we release. So yeah, follow us on Instagram. It's WAZO_Bean. WAZO is WAZO, Bean like the food, and underscore like underscore. So WAZO_Bean. We have a website, but it's also WAZOBean.cargo under construction. No, go to the Instagram.
Amazing. Yeah, thank you once again. And we're going to leave you all today on Operate Radio with the final song that you've selected for us. And we're going to get as much in as we can of its 9-minute joyous ride. Guy, would you like to introduce?
Yeah. Sonic Choir of Love, one of my favorite bands in the also Amsterdam scene. Led by Samuel Kill. He's an amazing bass player. Also studied with us in the conservatory. He's one of my favorites to play with and to listen to. So yeah, please enjoy it.
Fantastic. Thank you, everyone. I'll be back on next month, but WAZO Bean, thank you so much.